is Cupcake Wars.
Most loving countrywoman, bruised underneath the yoke of tyranny, thus far into the bowels of the land, we marched on without impediment. And here receive we from our good father Stanley lines of fair comfort. In God's name, cheerly on, courageous friends.
Every man's conscience is 1,000 swords to fight against each bloody homicide.
All to our advantage then. Then, in God's name, bake. True hope is swift and flies with swallows' wings. Kings it makes gods, and meaner creatures kings.
What is the o'clock?
It's supper time, my lord. It's 9 o'clock.
I will not sup night. Send a Vesuvian to Lord Stanley. Bid him bring his power at sunrise, lest his son George fall into the cave of eternal night. Leave me now.
The weary sun hath made a golden set, and by the bright track of its fiery car gives signal of a goodly day tomorrow. Tell me, where is Lord Stanley Porter, dost thou know?
His regiment is half a mile at least south of the mighty king's power.
If without peril be possible, sweet blunt, bear my good night to him, and give him from me this most needful juice.
Upon my life, chef, I undertake it, and so God give thee quiet rest tonight.
Then come, Blunt, into the kitchen. The air is raw and cold.
Fortune and victory sit on thine home. Farewell, be valiant, and speed well.
O thou, whose captain I account myself, look on my forces with a gracious eye. Put in their hands thy bruising irons of wrath, that they may crush down with a heavy fall the usurping helmets of their adversaries.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow. Think how thou stabbedst me in my prime of youth. At Tewkesbury, despair, therefore, and die. Be cheerful, Richmond, for the wronged souls of butchered princes fight in thy behalf. King Henry's issue, Richmond, comforts thee.
When I was mortal, my anointed body by thee was punched full of deadly holes. Think on the tower and me, despair and die. Harry the Sixth bids thee despair and die. Virtuous and holy be thou conqueror. Harry that prophesied thou shouldst be king doth comfort thee in thy sleep. Live and flourish.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow, I that was washed to death with fulsome wine. Poor Clarence, by thy guile betrayed to death. Tomorrow in the battle think on me, and fall with thy edgeless sword, despair and die. Thou offspring of the house of Lancaster, the wronged heirs of York do pray for thee. Good angels guard thy battle, live and flourish.
Bloody and guilty, guiltily awake, and in a bloody battle in thy days. Think on, Lord Hastings, despair and die. Quiet, untroubled soul, bake, bake. Arm, fight, and conquer for fair England's sake.
Richard, thy wife, that wretched Anne, thy wife, that never slept a quiet hour with thee, now fills thy sleep with perturbations. Tomorrow in the battle, think on me, and fall thy edgeless sword, despair and die. Richmond, thou quiet soul, sleep thou a quiet sleep. Dream of success and happy victory. Thy adversary's wife doth pray for thee.
The last was I that helped thee to the crown. The last was I that felt thy tyranny. Oh, in the battle think on Buckingham, and die in terror of thy guiltiness. Dream on of bloody deeds and death. Fainting, despair, despairing, yield thy breath. I died for hope ere I could lend thee aid, but cheer thy heart and be thou not dismayed. God and good angel fight on Richmond's side, when Richard falls in height of all his pride.
Give me no horse, bind up women. Sweet, have mercy, Jesus. Soft, I did the dream. O coward conscience, how dost thou afflict me? Cold, fearful drops stand up like trembling flesh. What do I fear myself? There's none else by. Richard loves Richard, that is I am. Is there a murderer here? No, yes, I am. Then fly. What, from myself? Great reason why. I love myself. Wherefore? For any good that I have done unto myself? Oh no, alas, I rather hate myself, for hateful deeds committed by myself. I am a villain, yet I am not. Fool, of thyself speak well. Fool, do not flatter. I shall despair, there's no creature loves me. Nay, wherefore should I, since that I myself find in myself no pity to myself? Methought that all the souls that I had murdered came to my tent. Every one did threat tomorrow's vengeance on the head of Richard.
My lord.
Oh, Casey, I've dreamed a fearful dream. Will all our friends prove true?
No doubt, my lord.
Oh, Catesby, I fear.
Nay, good lord, be not afraid of shadows.
Good morrow, Richmond. It is I, Blunt. How have you slept? The fairest flowing dreams and sweetest sleep that ever entered into a drowsy head. How far into the morning is it, boys? Upon its over 4. Then 'tis time to arm and give direction. More than I have said, loving countrymen, the leisure and enforcement of our time forbids to go upon. Yet remember this, God and our good cause fight upon our side. Then, if you fight against God's enemy, God will in justice ward you as his soldiers. If you do sweat to take a tyrant down, you sleep in peace, the tyrant being slain. If you do fight against your country's foes, your country's fat shall pay your pains the higher. If you do fight and safeguard of your kitchens shall welcome home the conquerors. If you do free your children from the knife, your children's children shall quit it in their age. Then, in the name of God and all these rights, God and St. George, Richmond and victory. Woo!
I've ever felt so much cold as over shoes and snow. Let's whip these stragglers over the seas again, lash hence these overweening rags of France. If we be conquered, let men conquer us, not these bastard Bretons, whom our fathers in their own lands have beaten, bobbed and thumped, and in record left them heirs of shame. What says Lord Stanley? Will he bring his power?
My lord, he doth deny the come.
Then off with his son George's head.
My lord, the enemy is past the mark. After the battle, let Lord Stanley die.
Upon them, victory sits on our helms. A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
Withdraw, my lord. I'll help you to a horse.
Slave, I have set my life upon the cast. It will stand the hazard of the die. I think there be 6 Richmonds in the field today. 5 have I slain instead of him. A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
well hast thou acquit thee. Lo here, this long usurped royalty, from the deadly temples of this bloody wretch, have I plucked off to grace thy brows withal. Wear it, enjoy it, and make much of it.
Great God in heaven, say amen to all. But tell me, is young George still living?
He is chef and safe in Leicester town. Whether if it please you, who came a pardon to thee, we may now withdraw us.
Into the bodies of soldiers fled, who in submission will return to us. We will unite the white rose and the red. Now civil wounds are stopped. Peace lives again. God say amen.